So excited about something that may not even happen, but here we are. Floyd Mayweather against Conor McGregor, potentially the fight of the century, and it could be closer to happening. Welcome into a brand new hour of SportsCenter AM.
You gotta love social media. Yesterday, the two went back and forth on Twitter, Instagram, all of it. While you were sleeping, Mayweather may have shed some light on what needs to happen for us to see this fight. Will, you have the answer?
Yes, so they got to talk first. Everyone's all fired up for the fight, but then Floyd posts this on Instagram Tuesday evening, quote, "Let the record show there hasn't been any deals made in regards to a fight between myself and any other fighters. I am happily retired and enjoying life at this time." So, Conor McGregor claps back a few hours later. He says, "I'm in Las Vegas. Floyd has retired on my arrival." And then, while you were definitely sleeping, we weren't though, because we were prepping for this show at 3:20 a.m., Floyd comes back with, "Listen, Conor McGregor, if you really want to get this fight done, take care of your business with the UFC, and then have your people get in touch with my people." Our UFC insider, Brett Okamoto, bringing the insight. Brett, what's the biggest hurdle left in putting pen to paper on a contract for this potential fight?
Well, there are a lot of hurdles in the way of ever seeing this potential fight between Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. But if I had to identify the absolute biggest, it would be the UFC, and that ties into money distribution. You know, anytime there's a boxing match, the two parties have to come to terms on how to split up that revenue. In this situation, you're adding a wild card to those already difficult negotiations because of the UFC. Conor McGregor's under contract with the UFC. He can't just go do this without them unless he were to legally challenge his contract. I don't believe he really wants to do that. I don't think that we're at that point. And so he needs to get their blessing. He needs to cut out a piece of the pie for the UFC. What that would look like, how much money would be involved, those are the negotiations I feel that are going to be the biggest hurdle. Because, of course, the UFC, in addition to getting money, they're also putting their biggest star at risk, putting him in a boxing match where he's unfamiliar against one of the greats in Floyd Mayweather. So that is going to be the biggest hurdle in terms of getting this fight done.
All right, we're joined now by First Take's Max Kellerman. Max, what's your reaction to the back and forth on social media between these two?
Well, Stephen A. Smith would never have reported on First Take that it's going to happen if it ain't going to happen. I mean, these guys are obviously in communication. They obviously, it seems to me, have an understanding that a fight will take place. But as was just reported or speculated upon, the UFC, who is Conor McGregor's promoter, has to be okay with the deal. And until they get that all buttoned up, they're going to quiet it down. Usually when these things are spoken about in the press, it makes it more difficult to reach a deal. They obviously want to quiet stuff down so a deal can be reached.
You're a boxing aficionado. If we get these two guys in the ring, what are we going to see?
An exhibition. Conor McGregor has a 0% chance, 0.00, like Animal House, % chance of beating Floyd Mayweather in a boxing ring. Just as the same is true for Floyd Mayweather in the octagon. And the issue, as I've been saying about when a boxer fights an MMA fighter, is we haven't figured out a hexagon yet. We don't know how to split the difference. So we know every time the boxer will win in the ring at this level, MMA fighter will win in an octagon. This is in a ring. Floyd will put on a show for a little while and stop McGregor as he pleases.
Would you want to see this?
Look, I can say no, because it is an exhibition. It's non-competitive. We all know what it is. But the fact is, the night that it's on, I'm buying the pay-per-view like everybody else. I mean, and that's why the money's there for the fight to be made.
Okay. How much more this back and forth do you think we'll see before they either go, okay, we're doing this, or forget it?
Well, the reason that this fight is marketable, from Floyd's point of view especially, the reason McGregor is interesting is because he represents a huge payday, because he is the second biggest name in combat sports behind Floyd, at least the one that commands the second most dollars or can generate the second most dollars, even if he doesn't pocket the same percentage of those dollars as Floyd does. And one of those reasons is he can talk up a promotion. So when you say the back and forth will start up again as they get, when the deal gets done, and will not end until the end of the fight. I mean, that's going to happen the entire way through, and that's why they're going to move pay-per-views.